We are on a storytelling trip in Colombia. We are here with the intention of talking to coffee producers, farmers, baristas, people in every aspect of the supply chain.
This trip was so unbelievably immersive. We've truly just been in the thick of it.
We were on the go like 24/7. We had like 12-hour days.
I've never worked on a team this big with so many like moving pieces, and we're moving from multiple places a day, multiple stories a day.
We have been in the middle of nowhere. We have been taking jeeps up mountains, through countrysides. We've been bit by everything. It has been insane.
Surprise stories sometimes. Sometimes we can prepare, but like not that much. Everything's kind of unpredictable.
The people are just the warmest, most hospitable people ever.
I was told like Colombia is such a big scary place, which is so untrue from when I actually got here. I felt so welcomed and loved by all the locals have been so sweet and nice, and I've never for one second felt unsafe.
The tropical climate like gives way to some really like beautiful vegetation that you might not see in the United States, and so that I think is like, it's always like eye candy and like really visually appealing for someone like me who like always wants to take out a camera and just like record everything in their environment. But I think also like an important lesson that taking a culture like this has taught me is that it's just as important to know when to put the camera down and just absorb everything that is around you and just really take it all in for what it is.
I would say before this trip, I had drinking coffee maybe like 6 times total in my entire life. So this was definitely a bit of a culture shock there for sure. Just being able to kind of engross myself in a culture that, you know, really thrives on coffee, not only in the production, but the economy. Beyond the picking part, I learned a lot about the production as well. I learned a lot about what goes into a good coffee.
I'm doing a minor in beer, and I really do feel like the past 2 terms have helped me develop my skills in tasting.
It made me realize that I've been drinking some pretty coffee. I'm used to like instant coffee and like maybe like lower quality.
For me, being able to have the experience of like going through my classes and learning like where your taste buds, like where the taste settles on your tongue, or like notes, and like how to be able to describe those different things really helped me translate that to coffee.
I mean, I drink coffee every day. I grew up in a family that also drinks coffee every day, but I couldn't have possibly even fathomed before this the process and like how much goes into coffee.
Being able to go to the indigenous community was absolutely wonderful. I am Hannes Koos, so I'm an indigenous person from Oregon, and the main reason that I wanted to come on this trip was really compare how different indigenous communities can use coffee and food as a way of connection. It was really cool to see how our cultures align in so many different ways.
Also just some of the most generous people to open up their home. To like open up their home to us, but then also like let us in on this ritual was just like, it was just really incredible.
I was working as a photographer on a bunch of different stories, so I was really excited about the bumblebee story. We were talking a lot with this one farm about the biodiversity and the importance of bees. The boys that we were interviewing, one was really passionate about bees.
Just a little kid, I think around 8 years old, and just seeing how much he loved bees.
He had so much information about bees, and I wanted to ask him like his favorite bee fact, because he just seems to know so much.
My family's from Mexico, so like I kind of grew up in the periphery of like Mexican American culture. Being over here, I noticed a lot of like similarities with that culture, but also a lot of differences. A lot of the food is like very different from Mexican food. A lot of like the colloquialisms and the language is very different.
I don't speak Spanish, but we've had translators, and getting to speak with people who have been here for generations and who have been in coffee makers for generations has been so beautiful. And I did not think it was going to be this immersive at all, and I'm so thrilled with it.
I think that we got really lucky on this trip with such a great crew that gets along so awesomely.
We all found our role, I think, from the beginning, because you come in virtually as strangers and then you get to know everyone and you kind of figure out how you work together and mesh.
Going into it, we were all really excited but didn't really know what we were getting ourselves into. But we've done a great job of communicating and making sure we get the stories that we want to get.
I was just trying to get into journalism and get experience when also so close to graduating. One of them told me, oh, you should do the Colombia trip. And then I looked into it and saw that it was on coffee, and I was like, oh, this is for me. Like this program was meant for me.
It's just so important for students to get out of the bubble, like of the university bubble, and I think that students should take advantage of study abroad.
I love all the people on this trip dearly. They always make me laugh, they always make me smile, and I love just being able to hang out with them even when we're not doing journalistic work or recording videos or taking pictures.
Not only are you going and you're doing practical hard journalism and just like learning skills like that, but you're learning so much about yourself. I've studied abroad a couple of times, and every time I learn something new about myself, and there are days where I'm at my lowest, where I feel just so beaten down, and I feel like in those moments are when I like learn the most, and are like moments that I just treasure like within myself.
I don't know. I love everybody on this trip, and it was such a gift to work with them.